The Artists for Peace is an organization that consists of musicians, dramatists, comedians, MCs, and DJs. We formed the Artists for Peace during the 2007 elections because of the tension that was mounting at that time. You know, we didn't want any violence during that election, 2007 election. So we decided to say how best we can use what we have as artists, our voices. We use the mic to preach peace across Sierra Leone.
The coming together of these popular musicians who were able to use their popularity and music to gain influence over their fans. It's not because we wanted the attention, given that when political momentum are built in this country, everything take back seat. It was also because of the political violence that was beginning to mount.
We did a song, that was the 2007 Go Vote No Violence song, and we did a campaign that we took right around the country, and the campaign was successful.
We were able to gain support from the UNDP under the ERSG, Mr. Victor Angelo and Peter Ongotayong, who supported us a lot at that time, believed in our dream. Like my chairman said, it was timely at the point. We took our Go Vote No Violence song throughout the length and breadth of this country, and we were able to maintain a violence-free election. That election was pronounced violence-free, and Sierra Leone was awarded one of the best elections in Africa because of the peaceful nature of that election.
And we took credit as Artists for Peace because of the contribution that we gave and our tremendous support towards peaceful campaign throughout the election process.
Some of us were labeled United Nations Peace Ambassador, and the whole act was labeled a best practice, something that we could export out of this country. Ever since the Artists for Peace has become a household name in this country, everybody called on Artists for Peace whenever violence erupts in communities, in sports.
All come together and do a great thing for the country.
For us, being a member of Artists for Peace at that time was like something that we use to give back to society and see how best we can use what we have as artists in Sierra Leone to influence positive change in society.
Yo! Artists for Peace! Sarah Leone! No, 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 no. We don't want no violence again. We don't want no violence again.
The Artists for Peace has been in existence since then, and we've been doing so many stuff with regards to peace building, developmental issues, ranging from health, education, and so on and so forth. We decided to come up with what we call peace for development, because Sierra Leone was going through a process at that period which we considered as a very fragile state in terms of peace building and nation building. So we did a song that we titled Peace for Development under the Artists for Peace project.
They say we can never make it to the top of the development ladder. They say we can never reclaim the Athens of West Africa. But I refuse to listen, and I refuse to believe, because we believe in Sierra Leone. I believe glory once lost can be reclaimed. All we need to do is stick together, because together we can move mountains. I believe in peace. I believe in development. We believe in peace for development.
Yo! Artists for Peace!
We get for, we get for. We get for, we get for, we get for all we say. We get for, we all now want, so we get for like we say. Peace and love, now one out on the sea. Now one out on the sea. Man, we get for living unity. We get for living unity. If you want salon for go, if you want to go before, now peace and love. Now peace and love. Salon for go before.
During the 2012 elections, it was easier to get support from UNIPSIL at that time because we had all these past accolades to our name, and also because the political tensions were mounting. And so the need for artists for peace to directly preach to our fans.
Me family and salon, musicians they don't come together for top fete man the 2012 elections. These are the artists for peace. We join them with all stars, female musician, up salon. For tell salon people and say 2012 election for be free, fair, and peaceful. Elections, no time for make we friends, we self elections. And it's time for make we own, we self elections. No time for make we friends, we self elections. And it's time for make we own, we self we country first, hey.
Forget you tribe, religion and party, of course, boss.
And then we push salon before.
Now we all come together and make this country better.
Moving from there, we were able to partner with NEC from electoral violence to voter education, because the biometric system that we used at that time was new. In Sierra Leone, nobody understood it, so we made it our job in that partnership with NEC to educate the rest of Sierra Leone about how the biometric system of elections work.
Let me vote, oh, let me vote. If you want to vote, you can for register. Let me vote, oh, let me vote. If you want to vote, you can for register. Biometric voter registration. Biometric voter registration.
Then I the new system where neck don't come with for will you keep on these elections. Hey, hey.
Biometric voter registration. Biometric voter registration.
After the 2012 elections, the Artists for Peace expanded mandate to see how best we can influence positive change in society by bringing the Peace for Development campaign, which led us to work with various organizations like the Save the Children. We've done several work with Save the Children under the health sector, from the free health care.
Free well body business been don't come, and mommy and cooking well body. Now all one business. Now Save the Children say, come and join the Everyone campaign.
Come and join everyone campaign. Come and join everyone campaign. Come and join everyone campaign. Come and join everyone campaign. Come and join everyone campaign.
Let me not say, we picking them they die. Oh.
Question now waiting we go you.
Let me not say, we mama then they left bamboo.
Question today now waiting you self go do.
Children rights and protection and education issues.
Yeah. Everyone campaign. Say now you, say now me, say now we gon' make the kingdom left or die.
So teenage pregnancy and other related issues.
This time we say, Baku problem don't arise from teenage pregnancy because of the Ebola. And that's make we call on the government for strengthening the teenage pregnancy secretariat by providing them resources for engaging mass sensitization. We call on the president for adding voice so that teenage pregnancy laws them go all water.
Teenage pregnancy on the rise. Teenage pregnancy issues don't arise. School picking and they get belly. On our age picking and they get belly.
From there, the Artists for Peace expand its wings and work with ASJP in the interest of promoting justice in Sierra Leone.
Hey, CJ Mark, Sawa Eid, and Loish. T69.
Let we know advice line.
69. Calling on my
369.
Calling on my
Call on 369.
Calling on my
369.
Calling on my
Call call 369.
You dey still forget support for you picking.
369.
You man the beat and molest you now. Oh,
369. Then lock you na self and advantage. 369.
all them fussy for do mommy and daddy business.
There's disadvantage for you property. 369. Anything without and confuse you but 369.
Now the number you for call anytime you want for no, but anything without and confuse you pan the law.
Now the number you for call anytime you want for no, but anything without and confuse you on the law.
Advantage for them, now we countries alone.
There are several projects that we embark on. One of them is, for us, is one thing that we considered strongly in Sierra Leone as the backbone of our economic development, which is agriculture. So we partner with WAP.
WAP don't come for a piece alone. Farmers them for plant and harvest for food and we farm them. Bakura send casada, if I we farm them. Chop no for beast alone, problem.
Agriculture no salone, but don't come for free. So let we all let me own it. It's wap, wap, wap. We go feed the nation. Wap, wap, wap. Agriculture go be the nation.
UNFPA about the world 7 billion population increase, health alert on health-related issues, cholera, malaria, so on and so forth.
Reason for our success is largely dependent on the youth, young people, because when you think about violence, you think about young and strong people who are able to carry out the act. Politicians do target young people, provide them with alcohol, marijuana and other forms of drugs, giving them bags of rice, transportations, people who, sometimes those things mean a lot because they are not in a position to afford it on a daily basis. So they took the opportunity and then caused trouble. In anticipation of that, the Artists for Peace, what we use, because the galaxy of superstars that we have in our group, everybody have different fan base, that surrounds young people in the country. So when we go out, we have the opportunity to say, raise your hands up, raise your hand, and they do it. Like we command them in our song, we say, do not engage in violence activities, and they don't. So one of the reasons for the success of the Artists for Peace is because we have that leverage over the youths. We have that musical power, that celebrityship, that popularity amongst young people. So when we come out and stamp our feet, and it's not just for violent election. In most of the developmental issues that we are engaging, like for agriculture, we tell young people, go to the farm, let's plant, because that's the only way we can able to sustainably feed our country. So it ranges from different issues that we do that largely dependent on the youth, young people.
And also another step that we took, that was how best we can involve the community into our activities, especially the roadshow that we do. Most of the time, we try to see how best we can get the political head, like the MP, local chiefs, headmen, councillors, tribal heads, all of them. As Artists for Peace is one of our strategies that we use. We bring all of them together, and we bring the general public together, and we pass on our message, which is the peace message, and it has been successful over the years.
Going forward, the Artists for Peace is looking for better establishment, basically donor sponsorship, so that we can be highly capacitated, or what we call capacity building, to do our own programs, because most times we face constraints going back and forth for support. Sometimes the timeliness, of receiving funds or having support from organizations that we do lobby could be a problem. So if we have a fixed support that we know this is our mandate from this year, or this is a fund that is set aside for the whole of this year, because the thing with violence and other developmental issues, you don't anticipate them. Sometimes they just erupt, and then you need to act, you need to go into action, and sometimes that is the time we started running around people who are supporting us. So we're looking for that establishment, possibly a studio equipment and video equipment that could put us in a better position to be proactive, attack these issues before even they spoil, because sometimes you notice them. Like right now, what we're trying to do, we're trying to see how we could start the build up to the next coming election, the forthcoming elections, because you see the political tension is around it, a lot of things are happening. What we realized when we had the decade period of war, nothing happened, even during the Ebola, which the Artists for Peace contributed a lot in to combat. You know, we came out with Ebola song, partner with other people to end the Ebola, because we realized that during the period of crisis, you cannot operate or let alone do anything developmental. So we always try to keep that calm atmosphere with which we would use to develop our country. So as always, it's Artists for Peace, peace for development.
Ebola for go.
Oh man, we don't tire.
Go. We don't tire.
Stand up for tell Ebola, ta. Hey,
Ebola for go.
we don't tire.
Go. We don't tire. Go.
Ebola, ta. And do, yeah.